at this cover. This shit is gorgeous. I may have to put this up. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I do have to point something out. Like, look at this. Green Lantern is further back than Martian Manhunter. Fuck no. Also, look at this Catwoman. Way in the back. See, this is what happens. You don't marry the Batman, and you just get pushed to the side. Now, God, look at this. It's really also a thick plastic cover, but regular price. So I'm always about that. And it would be pretty cool if you just did this. Look at that. Isn't that like 1,000 times better? But she's actually featured in the comics, so I guess I gotta put her pretty close up here. I mean, I wouldn't mind if she was just like, or not on it. Or not on it at all. So let's just get into this. This is a recommend, but see, some of you guys, you call me a reviewer, which it feels wrong, because I don't feel like I'm reviewing anything. I'm just like bullshitting about stimuli in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And if you're new here, just stick around. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, we start off with Booster Gold. He's in a little diner, and he's just trying to get some coffee. Now, Booster Gold, I don't know a lot about him. I do know that seemingly everyone who knows about him fucking loves him. So much shit about Nathan Fillion being able to play him. Nathan, I hate to break it to you guys. There are a lot of Fillion heads out there. That dude is old, and I'm pretty sure he's fat. I watched that Uncharted fan film he made. I feel like he's wearing like a couple Spanx. He's growing a jowl. You just gotta, he can't. He's old. You gotta get a new Nathan Fillion. I'm sorry to break that shit to you. But what I do know about Booster Gold, also people online, they just fucking love. He's a clout chaser. He's from the future, but he went back in time with future stuff, so he's like a superhero, but he's kind of a scumbag, a scumlord. But I gotta respect that fucking hustle. I mean, future Lindsay wouldn't even think to go back in the past to do that kind of shit, but now I am because of Booster. So Booster could potentially have made me, or will be making me, at least a 1000-dare. So I gotta give him props for that. But so we see him here. Don't get a lot of heroes in here. Oh shit. This is not good. Not fuck. If I saw this in real life, I would be like, even if it was just a girl dressed as Harley Quinn, and I'm in a diner in the middle of nowhere, it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be an issue. And I feel like I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna be like, okay, so bitch, you just walked off the fucking interstate and you're dressed like Harley Quinn? I've got questions. Or fucking, are you some Guatemalan and coyotes are getting really specific with the type of people they're gonna transport into America? What the fuck? What's going on? This is America. So she comes in, and the career waitress asks if there's gonna be a fight. Yeah, there's gonna be a fight. Of course there's gonna be a fight. Fucking Harley Quinn. Now there's a double-page spread where it says heroes in crisis across some fields, and you know what? It's really not. It's just to show you that, you know, we don't know what the fuck aliens are doing, right? Why are they putting heroes in crisis on like a Kansas wheat farm? A wheat farm? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Just fields. Aliens, they're knowing that the hero's in crisis, but they're also abducting people and putting implants in them. You can't figure out what the fuck they're doing. But it's not really that visually impressive, so let's just get on to some shit. And then, God, nothing makes me want to put a comic down quicker than seeing Harley Quinn talking. So she talks about listening to people talk about their trauma because, you know, we forget that she used to be a real life person. She used to be a doctor or a psychiatrist or whatever at Arkham. And that's the part I like about her. But see, the thing with Harley Quinn that I hate is normally when a person is sane and then they fucking lose it, they normally bring that set of skills to the new thing. Like, think of any horror movie where you've seen a doctor just kind of go insane. They're still using scalpels, still doing that shit. I keep thinking of Hellraiser 2, which, that's kind of a deep cut. The Void's probably more, what's that, God, I'm gonna sound like an idiot. What's that P word? posterity, for closer to, yeah, but she just, like, I'm pretty sure her doctorate wasn't from fucking clown college, so I don't know how we arrived at this. But she's talking about this shit. But then she has this thing where she's like, oh yeah, see, ugh. You used to be somebody, girl. Who hurt you? So she says bang, and then she just starts crying, and you know what, it makes me feel like, you know, she's a little bit of that real person is still locked in there. It's fucking deep. It's way very deep. Maybe clown college would maybe be a positive outlet. That's the first time anyone has ever said maybe clown college would be a positive outlet. This video is of course sponsored by the Clown College. How many could there be? At least like one, because we got jokes about it. Unless it shut down in some sort of recession or something. Oh, all those out-of-work clowns. What do? Become a magician? Their fucking heart's not in it, I'll tell you that. So we see they're just sitting there, and she wants to have dessert. She's talking about this pie. And then she has this little moment where she asks if Goldie will keep a secret. She hates pudding. Oh, wow. Tom, I gotta tell you, I don't know about this. I mean, I already told people to go buy it if I didn't go buy it, but it's like, ugh. Now I know that about Harley Quinn. I don't need that information. This shit is useless to me. And then eventually she decides on peach pie, which, you know, and I'm not really a big fan of pie, but I'm not mad at it. So we see this, and out of context, is this a giant crow or a small man? It's a small man. We see Superman, he's flying towards this place, which is called the Sanctuary. And we see this guy, Blue Jay. This is not a hero I've ever heard of. I don't know if this is one that Thomas Ray dug up from like the annals of DC, but whatever. If you know about him, let me know. But his name is Blue Jay, and he shrinks. Jesus Christ. Ugh, everybody and their mother can fucking shrink and enlarge themselves. See, I could have said him big in there, but you don't reward stupid G. Willow Wilson behavior. So he sees that, and he says, I can control it really well. The problem is lately, or the last like month, I can't control it, which is fucking terrifying. I don't know how to say it. I go to sleep and I wake up small, and I'll have sheets on top of me, all over me, like an ocean. Oh my god, this is good. I'll be drowning in my own bed. And I know it's because of Silver Sorceress and that arrow. I see it, it's so obvious, but I still don't want to drown. Oh my god. That's good. I don't even have a joke for that. Like, I thought about a joke about, like, using your bed sheets in prison to strangle yourself, but I didn't. I didn't say that. Because this is just good stuff. Also, we see a couple of these 3x3s. Tom, he's trying to bring that shit back. It's probably already been brought back. I'm just like catching up to everybody. So, okay. We see here, I'm only showing this because Harley Quinn, she mentions Freud. Now, well, something about old Lindsay here. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. Yes, it is worthless. But one thing that they sort of ingrain into your goddamn brain is that Freud was a bit of a fraud about the things that he was good at, about the id, the ego, the superego. Good stuff. And some dream analysis stuff. Everything else, no. But what I'm saying is, it took me, oh god, I hate thinking about this, thousands of dollars and a couple years of my time. But what I got out of it wasn't a career. Wasn't anything. But it did make me develop an almost unconscious, I said almost because I feel it. I know it's there. Response that whenever Freud is brought up, I just go, ugh. Ugh. Because all you non-psych majors and regular people out there, you think Freud was good stuff, but he wasn't. But it's like, I don't even really care about Freud, but I'm saying it's ingrained into me to care about. It's fucking weird, man. Hey, higher education. It's so weird, dude. And then I do have to skip a couple pages. You know what? I should have shown this opposite page here instead of just zooming in on the Freud thing. So she sees, we get some her talking, it's good stuff, and she's like, you know what? I don't think I came out of this whole thing unscathed. She's a bit scathed, which, what a wordsmith. And she just starts stabbing old Goldie here. And she sings while she's doing it, so fucking whatever. Then I have to show this because this is some cool ass art here. So he's like, I don't want to hurt you. I honestly don't know what your powers are. You throw a couple hundreds at her. What's the situation here? And she says, you won't hurt me. I'm gonna hurt you, which, yeah. If you can, if you're gonna decorate your face in blood, try using blood that isn't your own. That's just good learning. So we got a couple of heroes. They're going to the sanctuary to check this shit out. Who is it? Who could it be? I don't know. You need to go get the comic. Superman arrives. He sees some shenanigans, for lack of a better word. That's like bottom of the barrel of my words, my lexicon. He sees a crime scene is probably more apt. And then we get another one of these 3x3s of a kid named Hotspot, which is like, how many people have fire powers? Jesus Christ. He says, I'm Hotspot. I have a catchphrase. I'm just warming up. Yeah. It's good, right? I've been using it a lot. And then he hangs his head down. Because, you know, man, that shit ain't alright. Let's go over some better. Streets are hot. That's a good one. Get this fire started. Can't stand the heat. Get out of the kitchen. We got a couple ones. I'm warming up. It's pretty low. Feel like you could workshop that a little bit. I mean, just because you keep saying it doesn't make the words you're using any better. I feel like I just described a lot of stuff that's happening in the world, but yeah. So then he says, like, every time in a fight, sometimes I get scared, but I think a lot of people are scared like that. They just don't say it because they're trying to be something. Fuck, Tom, damn you. We're all trying to be something. Fuck, aren't we? But it helps, right? Knowing you got something to say. Right? Even if you go out, at least they'll remember you. I'm just warming up. Now, this is a bit where the 3x3, I feel like it hinders something that could have made this even better. So, look. We got this panel where he's like, at least they'll remember you talking about, you know, he basically says a catchphrase to get over his fear, to get some recognition, plenty of reasons, all about valid. And then he says it again, but I think what would have set this off, would have made it even better, more real, more visceral, is if so we have this panel, and you did another one of these, or you did one where he's staring at the reader, and then this. Because I feel like you need that beat. That beat, to just that sort of uncomfortable, like, oh, that fear's creeping in, and then he says it. I feel like that would have set it off. I feel like in the movie version, it would have been just as I described. But if you're watching a DC movie and Hotspot's in there, what is this world? What the fuck are you doing? Now, Superman, he arrives at the sanctuary. Booster Gold and Harley Quinn, they're getting into it even more. And then Booster Gold, he starts flying up in the air, so he either has rocket boots or can fly. Does everyone in the future, can they fly? Because I feel like that's going to be super hard to regulate. But if things keep going, we're no fucking regulation, no red tape. Don't tread on me. Don't fly above where you thought about treading me, because apparently we all fly in this bitch. Then we get another one of these, and it's Arsenal. Which, Arsenal, I'm a superhero and an addict. Fuck. Okay, I don't have any friends that are addicts. I'm sorry, where I live, the popular form of addict would be a meth addict. And I feel like once you become a meth addict, that's game over, or new start, depending on how you look at these things. But you know what? Pills are probably pretty prevalent as well, so maybe meth addicts and pill addicts are markets I need to go after. But I do know, I've seen enough TV shows that have drug addict characters that the catchphrase is, once an addict, always an addict. And I gotta tell you, if I had a drug problem and then like 5 years after I haven't done anything, I would not say I'm an addict. Fuck no, I conquered it, I beat you. So he's one of these. Ugh. So, two things. You know, when I started shooting up, it was for the health benefits. What? I always think this, but then I'm like, hey, in World War II, fighter pilots were doing meth and shit, so... And they took out Hitler, but Hitler was also doing meth, so I guess American meth is better than... Why isn't meth in the Olympics? We get this shit solved. When you got no powers except sticks with things on them, you tend to get hurt in this game. And I was hurting in every way, so doctors had me on pills and some more pills, and I kept getting hurt, and there were all kinds of pills. Just, Jesus, this guy Flush, he should have flipped some of these. You get 6 doctors, 14 pharmacies, plus a guy who's not really a doctor, another guy who's only kind of a pharmacist. I get kind of a doctor. How do you be kind of a pharmacist? What is that? Like you work in a Walgreens, but you just run the cashier? I got questions. One day you read somewhere that you're killing your kidneys with all the pills. So you go to a needle. Perfect. To save your kidneys and maybe some money. Alright, fuck my kidneys. And we all learned from Death to Glory I can get 200 G's for those things. But really, isn't that what superheroes do? Save things? And this is that sort of like, oh yeah. So they're at the sanctuary and they're telling these robots, I'll just tell you these robots that are listening to you, and you know, yeah. And then I'll show this because, you know, a lot of you guys, you have a boner for Harley Quinn, so I gotta show a little bit of that Harley Quinn action. And can I just ask you to please stop trying to convince the one girl you know to be Harley Quinn for Halloween, or be Harley Quinn again? Because it's fucking sketchy. That's a red flag, is if you're super into Harley Quinn, you're like, me, Lindsay, what? I'm like, no, yes. Stop. So she's got him, and then she's just going to stab him, and he says, like, look, if you do it, we're both going to fall. And she does it anyway, which is some G shit, I will have to say. But I do have to point out on this drawing, like, look at, where's Homeboy's legs? Because, look. There's no fucking, like, if they're wrapped here, his feeties should be on top of his shoulders like a pretzel. Or I should see something somewhere. It just feels off. It feels off, but she hits him with that. They tumble. Oh, I have to show this. So, the heroes that I said I wasn't going to say, I unfortunately have to show them. So we see this. We got a couple bodies here. And they're talking about something that was written on the wall. And they said, like, oh wow, killing people at the sanctuary, killing heroes, what the fuck happens? And so Batman, he walks onto the porch, and he says, so it means what we already know it means, what it always means. Our hope for redemption is now just another hunt for vengeance. That's good shit. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. It's good shit. And then we get some more stuff with Booster Gold and Harley Quinn, and then there's sort of a revelation that happens in there. Oh, what could happen? I don't know. Do you have $4? Cheap ass. And then we get a 3x3 of Booster Gold. So if you're really into that Booster Gold, go for it. This is good. But it doesn't make me feel good that, you know, I remembered I wasted so much time getting a degree.